camera rolls into the water, and you could literally develop pictures.
Oh my
That's how
god.
bad the toxins were in the Vonsay.
What the
So it
hell?
makes me
That's
think of this.
crazy. Oh, hold it closer.
Okay, we're starting now.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so happy to have you here. We can do anything you want. We can talk about anything you want. And yeah, I'm just grateful that you're on this boat with me on this podcast on this really hot day in Texas in the summer. But I'm having a lot of fun with you. I always ask everyone the same question when they come on.
Okay.
But I don't know. Have you ever done stand-up comedy? Normally I say,
No.
do you remember your first set? Okay, well, do you remember the first time you saw comedy? Like live?
Oh. Uh. Well, I'll tell you about the first time I saw comedy live at the Creek in the Cave.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
So the first show that we ever had at the Creek in the Cave was. Hey, here we go. All
Okay.
right. So John F. O'Donnell and Timmy Williams, and they did this show called Kingdom of Heaven.
Okay.
And it was a half booked, half bucket show. And they would have a comedian of merit on. And the first comedian of merit was Tom McCaffrey.
Okay.
And he did like 10 minutes, and I stood in the back, and I was like really timid. And the second person that was the comedian of merit was Andre G. Boucher, who's
Okay.
insane. He's so incredible. He's so talented.
Nice.
The third person, I decided to sit in the front row.
Okay.
It was Anthony Jeselnik.
Whoa.
And Anthony roasted me for his entire set. Like, he would hand me a pen and then pull it away. Like, he
Oh
was
my
literally
God.
like, he messed with me the whole time. I was sitting in
Yeah.
the front row like a dork. And I left the showroom laughing my ass off the whole time. I left the showroom. I'm still laughing. Anthony is to this day one of my favorite comics. He's so funny.
Nice.
And the comics that were hosting the show and a couple of the other sort of regulars like Sean Patton, Mark Normand, they all like came up to me and were like, are you mad? Like, they were afraid that I was gonna be mad and that I was gonna be like, fuck comedy, we're not doing comedy anymore.
Oh, okay.
And instead, with John F. O'Donnell's help, we started 24/7 stand-up comedy.
Whoa.
We did a proof of concept week where Johnny booked it, and the first Eric Andre show was at the Creek. We did emergency. What was it called? Emergency Squad, which was a sketch show with some incredible stand-up comedians. All of them live in LA now.
Wow.
And like there were like 7 or 8 other shows. Obviously, Kingdom of Heaven and a lot of the other ones were on there too. But
Damn, that's so
yeah,
cool.
it was really cool.
And so what were you guys before comedy? What was the Creek before
It
comedy?
was a dive bar that did reggaeton parties and like heavy metal band like
Whoa.
music and like punk music.
Oh my God.
So we were like in the punk scene like a little bit.
Whoa.
The reggaeton stuff was like probably the most lucrative of the stuff that was done there.
Okay.
I started working at the Creek before I bought it. I started out as a person who was there for theater. We did plays out of the space.
Whoa.
And then there was no bartender, so eventually I started bartending, and then I just left the money on the bar, and then eventually they just gave me the job. And then they made me manager, and then when they wanted to sell, they offered it to me first before anybody else got a chance to look at it. So, like, people were like, "Oh, this is incredible! Like, you're buying this business, and you're going to be like a captain of industry." And it's like, no, dude, I'm buying myself a job.
Yeah.
I have just literally purchased an anchor that I'm going to be, and I wish that I had been anchored to it longer. Like the Long Island City one. I was hoping that we were going to make it. Much long. I thought we were going to be a legacy club. I was hoping that would happen, but during the pandemic, we ended up moving to Austin.
Wow. That is so wild. I didn't know the lore of the Creek.
Yeah.
As much as I do now.
That's one of the origin stories.
Damn. That's like so cool. It was obviously like meant to be. And that does suck that the pandemic fucked you guys over. Like,
yeah. I mean, the building was in disrepair.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't the basement wasn't really in good working order anymore, and that was where most of the business was, and it was just like it was time I was gonna have to find a new spot no matter what.
Wow. It must, like, you just have had such an interesting life. It's really interesting, like what you just like all the things you just said. I feel like I could talk to you about all those things for so long. I just think I don't know. I'm grateful that I got to meet you and I just stumbled into the creek because my therapist told me to go there
That's so
when I
funny.
said I wanted to do comedy. And so uh, I just found you guys by chance. And I'm so great. I'm grateful you came to Austin.
Oh, that's great.
For real. Like, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know where I'd be
I'm
without
glad that
y'all.
our paths crossed for sure.
For real, yeah. Like, I just think you're so interesting. So this is kind of off topic, and I want to go back to all those things.
Okay.
Do you remember the first time you met Lewis? Because when he came on my podcast, he talked about it. He said you
Yeah.
guys didn't like each other at first.
Nate Bargatze introduced us out front of Cabin, and he said something shitty to me, and I don't remember what it was. And Nate kind of like backed away, and then like Lewis was just like, "Who the fuck is this broad?" And I looked at Nate and I was, "Who the fuck is he?" And he was like, he said something to the effect of, "We're not gonna like each other," and he was right. We didn't like each other for a long time.
Wow.
I would say that we probably even went into business together before we really liked each other. And now we're like family. Like it's a
Yeah.
completely different vibe. But like it was very like he like, well, if we're going to be fair, like I have no idea. Like in the context of Cabin, that's a Thursday night show where everybody after their night is over ends up. And I'm sure that I met him past midnight. So I'm sure that he was on any number of units of alcohol and who knows what kind of drugs, right? And I was running Cabin, which I took
Okay.
very seriously.
Nice.
Very, very seriously.
I love that.
So I was like, I probably hadn't had any alcohol yet. I was probably really frustrated because I hadn't had any alcohol yet. I was probably trying to find weed somewhere. Like, you know, it was just, and it was just like, and so, you know, when Nate introduced me to him, he was getting like a very uptight version of me, and I was getting a very like go fuck yourself version of Lewis.
Okay.
Because that used to be his MO. Like as he drank and whatever, like as he got more and more in him, he would get more,
Have
you know.
incidents.
He would get more like, you know, he would turn into 6 a.m. Lewis, which is a different fucking kind of Lewis, you know?
I love that. It's a similar story to what he said because he was like, I was drunk, I think he said. Yeah. So you guys like remember the same thing. I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
The exact same
memorable.
verbiage
Wow.
because he definitely said like that you both were like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
And then he was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. It's so funny.
That's awesome though. Like it's cool to hear that because sometimes people I feel like get off on the wrong foot and then they never friends. But then I mean that must have been interesting be like working together before you guys were friends.
I mean, it was still creative. It was still like
Okay.
fun work. You know what I mean? Like we were still having a good time, but I would say that like we were like definitely not like calling each other when we were sad and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like now I would say that yes, there's something that happens, you know?
Dang.
So, you know, like it's just it's a different thing. Like once somebody becomes like that level of like family. And
I love that.
also don't let people in my circle very easily.
That's
so
smart.
I'm super guarded about that and
I
have
think
been
that's
for a
good.
really long time.
I like
so
that.
it takes a while.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that's smart because then you're not like, I mean, you have so many things you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you don't want any extra drama or bullshit.
Yeah,
So you,
I
like, wanna-
genuinely just don't really have time for it
Yeah,
anymore.
you literally don't.
Yeah.
Like you're doing so many things and I admire that a lot about you. Well, I admire you just in general and like how real you are. And you're very much like my dad passed away, but you remind me a lot of my dad in
Aw.
that way cuz like he had a really big heart, but he was also like he didn't fuck around. He wasn't going to like bullshit people and he was just like this is who I am and I like that and I wish I was more like that. So
That's awesome.
I admire you a lot for
Thank
that.
you.
For real. So over the years, what is something that you feel like has changed in comedy for like the good or for the bad?
Well, I mean, I would say that the thing that changed for me the most in comedy is the location. You
Yeah.
know, the scene in New York is, I would say that um, roasting is a part of the open mic scene in New York, and in Austin, it feels like it more is the scene.
Okay,
You know
you're
what I
right.
mean? Like there doesn't seem to be as much exploratory writing. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. Ray is one. You know what I mean? Like there are some people that are
Yeah.
doing stuff that's like really fun and really out of the box and like really writing and all of that. And then there's some people that are just like boning up on how they can insult people
Yeah.
and trying to figure out like how to be like not really so much like socially, but like on stage, how to be sort of the bigger bully.
Yeah.
And I get why, like Roast Battle is a show that takes up 2 of the times, like the late night time slots on the weekends at the Creek. It takes up one night slot, one slot a month over at Mothership.
True.
It's, in every city in America. Like, I'm not slamming roasts at all.
Yeah.
Lord knows. But it does seem like it is the lion's share of the focus on this scene.
Yeah.
And I think that has absolutely affected the way that the comics treat each other
Yeah.
and the way that we experience community. It's very different from New York.
Whoa, that's so interesting. Because I've only done comedy here, and so like I feel like I'm so in the woods I can't see out of it.
That's totally
Like,
fair.
But I do agree when you say that. You're right, because there are a lot of roast comedians and people roasting. I'm a terrible roaster. Every time I try it, I'm like, why did I do that?
That's how we met.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like
so
shitting my
bad.
pants, and I was like, I felt so bad. Everything I was saying, because I love Colton. Everything I was saying to him, I was like, this is so mean.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that was why I was nervous.
Did Colton write those jokes?
No,
You wrote all of those
I
jokes
wrote
yourself?
I wrote like most of them, and then
Uh-huh.
there was I think one that Phil helped me with, because I was like I had a premise, but I couldn't figure out how to short.
Where the funny was?
Yeah, I was like it was too long,
Yeah.
and if you do it too long, then I feel like people just like lose. They don't pay attention. And,
Right.
But yeah, he didn't help me with it, and but that also made me feel bad too, because I was like I wrote all this like, and I'm being so mean to this person that I actually like. But like yeah, I haven't done, or I did roast Phil. And I didn't like doing that either. And so I was like, I don't think I'm a roast comedian. But
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's one of many skills that a comedian should have.
you're right, I know. And it'd be good to be better, because then like I could be faster with like audience, if an audience member heckles me.
100%.
And like
That's
need
the
to get
main
better at
reason
that.
why it's really important, because
Mhm. You never
what if
know.
you do get eaten alive? You don't want to like bend in front of a person's face and scream into a microphone.
Yeah.
You want to have an actual comeback.
I know,
Yeah.
you're right. And like you also helped me a lot with telling. I remember I was like, somebody just like talked to me during my set and was like heckling me and I don't know what to do, and you're like, try improv. And so I did that, and that is helping me. Where
Right.
like
It
I'm
helps
less
free you up,
afraid.
right?
Yeah, because like
I think
I was
most
scared.
comics that do improv do a lot better on stage.
You're
Like they
right,
know
yeah.
how to be in their own bodies on stage in a way that like that stiffness goes away faster.
Yeah,
you know?
because it's not it makes comedy not as scary, because improv, like when I first, like the first couple of weeks, I was like shitting a brick every class, and like I was just like using so much nicotine trying to like calm down.
That's so funny.
And then
That's
like
the
eventually
opposite
I
of
was
what
like,
happens when you take nicotine.
I know, why was I doing that? Like that was really dumb. I don't know. I guess I was trying to have a harder time, but in the hindsight, but eventually I was like, okay, like I was able to like let go,
Yeah.
and then that helped. And then but now when I do stand up, it's like, well, at least I know what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
with improv, you're just give me a word, and then
Right.
like
You have a foundation with stand up.
yeah. So I'm very grateful for
That's
you
great.
telling me to do that. It helped me so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did it.
Thanks. And I still am learning. I'm not good at improv, and I'm still learning comedy, but like it just made me less nervous, and I'm a very anxiety ridden person. Sometimes people meet me and they're like, you should be on an anti-anxiety pill.
Hilarious.
And I'm like, I'm sorry I'm making you uncomfortable. But over the years, have you noticed yourself kind of liking a similar style of comedy? Do you like all styles of comedy?
That's such a weird thing. And it's one of the things that I kind of like pride myself on, but
Mhm.
it's also like almost pathological. I like every kind of comedy.
I get that.
And it's like there's a special place in my heart for improv. I love puns. My grandfather used to speak in spoonerisms.
Oh my
I
God.
grew up watching Sanford and Sons and All in the Family and like all of these like iconic like pioneering comedies back in the day. I'm absolutely addicted to all comedy on television.
Nice.
I mean I have an embarrassing amount of stuff that I absolutely adore. And I grew up reading like Dave Barry, and I loved Dennis Miller, and I loved Colin Quinn. and John Leguizamo, and like there was just like nothing. I was constantly consuming, like Premium Blend was the
Wow.
best. I was constantly just consuming everything that I could on like Comedy Central.
Nice.
And when I moved to New York, like before I was involved in comedy as a job, because it never really occurred to me that that could be a job.
Okay.
I was, trying to make my way in directing and theater, which is like just such a fucking uphill battle in New York, as you can imagine.
Oh, I bet.
And I would go to Dangerfields and watch shows live there. And I remember like seeing like Chris Murphy and like Al Lubell
Wow.
and like and Charo, rest in peace. Like just sort of like these people that are sort of a part of like the New York tapestry that are just like, I don't
Wow.
know, super cool.
That's so amazing.
And then I got to work in comedy, so that was cool. You know what I mean?
But you had this vast background of loving comedy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
for
shows.
sure.
Like you're not just some club owner. Like you care about it,
Yeah.
and you guys you're doing so much. Like I know you run Skankfest.
Yeah.
And you guys are always doing like cool shit. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Skankfest, but I do want to go.
Skankfest is super fun. We're doing New
yeah.
Orleans again this year in November. There are tickets still on sale.
Okay. I really want to go just to be a fan there and like watch you guys cook and just see it live. So I'm gonna try.
You should. It's
Yeah.
really fun. Plus New Orleans is just a magical fucking city. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I love New Orleans. I've been I went
And you
to
will eat like an Italian there.
Yeah, I know. I love to like. I feel like they've got good food. I went for a
The
jazz
cuisine's
fest one
amazing.
year.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
I've always wanted to do jazz fest.
It was fun. I got to see like a lot. I got to see Pearl Jam and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was fun. Everybody was like partying. But I was like, wow, New Orleans is beautiful. Just like old world kind of vibe. And I like the French Quarter.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you guys are doing that there. Do you have any advice to anyone that like wants to start working in like the comedy industry? Maybe not as a comedian, but like maybe somebody like, I don't know, is like wanting to open up a comedy club or something like that.
Don't
do. Is it hard?
Yes.
And it's not. Is it hard to make a profit on it?
Yes.
Okay, never. That's good to know.
It's
though.
a very difficult business model.
Okay.
You can talk to any of the indies and they'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket sales, like live event sales, are down tremendously this summer. During a year that was already down.
Damn.
So yeah, it's really hard. You'll see like a lot of like programming pivoting coming from me, monetizing time slots that were previously like open mics.
Okay.
That kind of stuff is going to have to happen in order for the place to survive in a way that gives a little bit of upward mobility to the staff, you know what I mean? And like that kind of thing. Like we need to get to the point where we're a place that is offering like good weight. Like we're doing okay, but it needs to be better. Texas, you can get away with a lot here, you know what I mean? So like we need to be paying people more. And we also, it would be great if we got to the point where there was health insurance involved and like all of that sort of fancy schmancy shit that like the big clubs can offer, because otherwise all of my best employees are going to eventually go and work at Helium, which is what happened with Chris Harlow. He works at it. He's a GM at a Helium now.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, that's a real thing. So we have to become more competitive in that way, like offering benefits and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's true for every small spot, you know what I mean? And there are people similar to the way that Live Nation went through and like bought up all the live music venues. Like there are people now that are sort of like trolling around, sort of truffle pigging for comedy clubs and stuff like that. So eventually we'll just all be under one, like it'll just be called Comedy Club, and that'll be like the one.
Jesus.
It's just all of us will belong to it. That'll be it.
That's so depressing.
No, it's not like that. It's like, no, it's always going to have its own independent arm. But the independent folks are definitely like not taking vacations in the French Riviera. Do you know what I mean?
I know, and that's like not fair because you guys work, like everyone's working so hard, and
and we also want to be able to it's not just the owners. Like we want our employees to be able to like have that sort of like upward mobility with us. So it's just it's just hard, and
people need to go to live shows more. They're fun.
They do. They need to go to live shows more because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things about live comedy is the mortality of it. Like you literally had to fucking be there.
Yeah,
dude.
they may never do that joke again.
Yeah.
Like they might have just been trying
something
it out,
happens that's unique to a show, every show.
I love
no
that.
matter
You're
what.
right.
I do too. It's the best.
Yeah, that's a really good view. And also like with the rise of AI, I feel like people don't know if they're watching like things online. Is it real? Is it not? Like, go to a live show.
That's why I'm hoping that live shows take like a massive resurgence.
I think
I
they
hope
will.
that works in our favor in a
Mhm.
way, because it's like people will be starting to crave reality in a way that is like going to have more of a fever pitch to it, you know?
Yeah.
I know that like I just came off of a really incredible trip with my mom, and we spent a pretty good amount of time trying to figure out, well, is this AI or is this real?
Yeah.
And like trying to like, suss it out, and like trying to figure out how to explain it to like some of our older relatives. Like my mom's pretty savvy. She was like a tech teacher for a bunch of different school systems and
Oh,
stuff. So
wow.
she's pretty tech savvy.
Nice.
But like trying to explain it to like her older aunt and stuff like that. And it's just like it's really difficult. Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, actually forget these phones, like don't look at them anymore.
I know. It's like it's not good. And then
No.
people are like, "Wow, did you see this video of this bird like
But I use it
talking?"
every fucking day. I use
Yeah.
it every day.
Yeah.
And I have stake in a company that part of its foundation is figuring out that intersection of like AI and creativity,
Okay.
and figuring out how to take the admin out of like all of the creativity stuff so that we can like just work on the cool shit.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah. It does
there
make your
are
life
ways to make it,
easier.
if you use it right, there's
Mhm.
ways to like really make your life easier, and it's not about replacing graphic designers, it's about replacing dishwashers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So.
that's true. That's a good point and like a good way to look at it.
I mean mechanical dishwashers. I don't mean people who wash dishes. I'm
No,
not
I
trying
knew
to
what you meant. I
replace
knew what you
them.
meant. Yeah. I
Like,
was picturing my dishwasher's not working
just like,
great right now.
one of those AI things where you can program it and it's a
Yeah, yeah.
refrigerator and then it turns into an oven and then your food's made by the time you get home. Like
That'd be
that's
fucking
that's
sick.
what we need to get to, the Jetsons level of
Yes.
shit.
Laundry would be great.
Exactly. I want a Rosie right now.
Yes. I need one.
Me
I
too.
went traveling and there's
The thing I
suitcases
need the
haven't
very
unpacked.
most is a housewife.
Me too. Phil
They're the
does.
best.
He helps a lot, but like
I want to
don't
be
know.
able to communicate with my dogs. I want it to translate what they're thinking.
You should get
into
the
words.
buttons. Get the
Mhm.
buttons.
Mhm.
Like
We
Bunny.
can't get the buttons.
You're right. No, I think
Okay,
Numa
what do you
would
know, man?
figure it out in a day. She'd be like,
The wolf hybrid dog already just slaps on
She'd
whatever
never
she
stop
wants.
talking.
No,
I
she
know.
wouldn't.
I think it wouldn't be good because we'd be like, wait, you know, maybe I hope she's happy, but do I want to know? I guess I do. We should
I don't know.
do it. We should get the buttons. She'll just be asking for food all the time, I think.
It's a great
honestly.
content generator.
Yeah, it's true. I know.
I know Bunny the dog,
Yeah, I do too. Bunny
This is
the
what
dog.
I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
she's household name.
millions of views probably.
I'm sure.
Well, I did want to give you a gift. Do you want to
on
open
air.
it later?
All right.
Or
No, we can do this
okay.
on air.
Okay.
If I hate it, I'm going
You can
to
tell
pretend.
me. No, you can tell me.
No, that's totally rude.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
okay.
throw this in the water so we can watch Clem swim some more.
Oh.
Oh no. Is this gonna be illegal?
I don't know. I think they're legal to back though.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I can see it through the water. Oh, this is so fucking cute. Oh, I love that.
I got it in Portland, Maine for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for, and I can't believe it didn't break. That's impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, I packed it good in the suitcase.
Okay, I'm assuming that this is the bowl.
Yes.
Okay, so I keep this in its packaging.
No,
You
should
can,
look at
but
that too.
it does
Look
have
at
a
this
little
too?
detail you might
Alright.
like, but it's up to you. It just
Oh
has-
my god, that's so cool. It's a tentacle.
Yep.
It's so cool.
I thought it was very
Badass.
you.
I love it. It is.
Cool.
Thank you.
The other two aren't that exciting, so if you want, you could open them later.
Oh my gosh, there's a card. I really did this backwards. There's a card in
Oh,
here
yeah.
too.
Couldn't remember if I put it in there or if I put it next to it.
It's got bears on it. And it says a very happy
And it's I
birthday
wrote
to you,
so much, so you don't have to
that's
read
a
it.
pun. That's a lot. I'm gonna read that later.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I feel like reading this in front of you would be like torture to you.
My family used to make us do that
Oh my god.
for our birthdays. Every card, we had to open it and read it.
That is
and I was a bad
special
reader.
kind of evil.
It was.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, when I was there, I was like, I gotta find her. I wanted to find you something.
Thank you so much. That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
You're so welcome. And it seemed like your trip was amazing with your mom.
It was. We were hoping to go to Europe this year, but we couldn't afford it, so we did a road trip instead.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that that's how it turned out, because we drove up through New England, got to see one of our dear friends that we don't get to see very often, named Lorraine Russo.
Okay.
And then we traveled up to through New England. We ate our weight in lobster. We went to Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia. We went to Prince Edward Island. We drove through upstate New York. We went to Niagara Falls.
Wow.
We stayed at Grand Hotel in Mackinac Island for a couple of nights.
Wow.
That was my birthday weekend. And then we took Route 66 down to Texas for like it's the centennial this year. So this is 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Wow.
And that was really amazing.
That's
Just getting to see all
amazing.
the Americana stuff. Like, it's really cool.
That's so cool. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that you have such a good relationship with your mom. I got
Yeah,
to meet her once.
she's amazing. We had a
Yeah.
super good time.
I love that. It's like very special, and I feel
Yeah.
like such a good thing to do. Like just spend time together and travel and like have new experiences. I love that. In Europe, like, have you been to Europe before?
I lived in Berlin for 4 years. So I lived in Berlin from 6th to 9th grade.
Okay.
And I was there when the wall fell.
Wow.
So I have it was like very formative years. Crazy history was happening. I went when we did, so 2 years ago, Mom and I flew into Berlin.
Okay.
And so that was the first time I'd been back to Europe since I lived there when I was a kid. The rest of my family had been back a bunch of times. So we met in Frankfurt, flew to Berlin. We spent a week with our German next door neighbors, the Pedal Cows.
Wow.
And we got to hang out with Angelica, the mom, and Susanna and Alexander, who are professionals living in Berlin now. And it's so crazy to see them like grown up because I hadn't seen them since I was like in like 8th, 9th grade.
Wow.
And we went to all of those like restaurants that we remembered being amazing, and we ate all of the foods that we remembered being amazing. It was really fun. And then we flew to Barcelona, and we did a drive down the coast. We stopped in Tarifa, and we took the ferry over to Morocco for a day.
Okay.
And then we drove all the way down to Porto, Portugal. And then from Porto, Portugal, we walked up to Santiago, Spain.
Whoa.
And the walk took 2 weeks, and we went from hotel to hotel, and then we ended at the cathedral in Santiago.
Wow, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Like of all the places you've been, what is your favorite?
When I was younger, I really, really loved Prague and Rothenburg. Those were two of my favorites. Growing up, my favorite place on earth is the Outer Banks and Pine Island, North Carolina.
I've never been there, but I've heard good things about it.
My mom owned a house in Kerala. I got
Wow.
married down there.
Oh, wow.
My mom's parents were educators, and my grandfather started the physics department at Old Dominion University.
Wow.
And the thing that we did every summer was we took 2 weeks and we went to Nags Head, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And we were allowed to we brought like extra family members. We would get a big house that slept extra so that we could like fit in more kids, and it was always like a really fun place, and it's my favorite place on the planet. And then like in the Europe sort of sector, Prague was awesome, Rothenburg was awesome. Now, having been to Portugal, I fell in love with Portugal. Portugal is absolutely incredible.
Really?
And it's one of those places where I feel like I can eat anything on the menu and I won't get sick.
Nice.
And here I have like all these stupid rules, and
I
it
get that.
sucks.
Well,
so.
you have to, because our food is.
But like this stuff is all perfect. Like,
okay, cool.
it has to be all like Mediterranean stuff.
Really?
Basically.
Yeah. I kind of have like a weird, like, I don't know what it is. Something I'm eating is like I'm probably allergic to, because the other day I like could not stop burping. I was like, I don't burp a lot, and like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to like trace back what did I eat. I had eaten so much shit that day. I was like,
You've
never know.
probably just been holding in too many farts.
Probably.
That's my guess.
Well, so I'm not. I don't hold them in that much anymore, but like when I was younger, I definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of just like fart all the time, but I'm like lucky because they're really quiet and usually they don't smell.
Mm-hmm.
So I fart on him.
We really need to get your sense of smell fixed.
I know. I think I have a bad sense of smell. No, actually, he has a bad sense of smell. So I think they don't smell, maybe because they're my own, and then maybe he just can't smell them. But
yeah,
I'll have to fart sometime, and you can tell me.
I guess so. Yeah, we can test that theory out later.
Oh my goodness. So this is kind of off topic, but do you have any advice to like newer comedians? People like, or maybe people who have been doing comedy under 5 years.
Well, my favorite advice that I ever heard was Colin Quinn, and he gives 2 pieces of advice.
Mhm.
I don't know if he still does, but he did back in the day. He says, record every set that you perform and listen to it, and go to every party you're invited to.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Those are the 2 most important things to do in stand-up
Wow.
comedy, and you got to start from the beginning.
Yeah,
Because if you're an asshole on the come up, people do not reach down and help you.
that makes sense.
If I have a choice, all things being equal, if I'm looking at 5 different comics and I go, they're all pretty much, equal in credits, equal in ability, whatever, I'm going to pick the one that's the nicest. I'm going to pick the one that I fuck with the most. I'm going to pick the one that I have the most rapport with.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have any rapport with you if you don't come to the things, if you don't come say hi, if you don't ingratiate yourself in some kind of a way. And I don't mean to me, the booker, to the club owner, or anything like that. I mean to each other. Like,
Yeah, you want nice
it's a
people.
community. You want to build up a community, and you're probably not gonna, if you have a choice, you're not gonna elect to pick the guy who's the biggest dick in the room.
Yeah,
So
'cause-
being a dick actually does affect your ability to be a comic.
yeah, and sometimes people will not be like dicks to everyone too, but like they'll be dicks to like the people lower than them, but not the ones above them. Like,
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's
Where
different.
I'll see them switch up. I'm
That's
like, wait, where did
worse.
that? I'm like, where did that
That's
come from?
worse. When you become a suck up, but then you're an asshole to everybody you think
Yeah,
is lower than you.
I'm always
Ugh.
like, what? Like, why?
Ugh, it's so phony.
I know, but that makes sense because I feel like people in general just want to be around people that are nice and cool, and like
Yeah.
they don't want to like be around people that are dicks. Like, like it totally makes sense. But
I also think that a lot of comics think that they can get away with just being a lone wolf and stand up, and that's just not true anymore.
yeah,
You know,
that
it
makes
just
sense.
isn't, and like you have to do the networking. You can't get away with not doing the networking.
That's really smart. And also like the listening to your set back. Somebody did tell me that early on, and I like always
Are you doing
listen.
it?
Yeah, I always listen to them even if I don't want to. Usually
What
the
a
next
nightmare,
day.
right?
Yeah, usually the next day if it's like late at night.
Do you even listen when you know it's a horrible bomb?
Yeah, I
Good.
feel like you can still learn a lot and
agree.
maybe even more.
No,
And
I
then
agree.
it's-
I
then
mean,
I'm
some of
just
the
like-
most beautiful bombs I've ever seen, I'll never forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I always do, but like that was just something that somebody said to do, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like I'm very like I want to do everything right, but like I also know you can't really rush it. You just have to like keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real way to cheat your way in.
You can't.
You
Yeah,
know,
you just
I
have to
mean-
keep doing it. And it's fun. So I'm like,
If you can fund your own movie, I got, you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
some like that kind of stuff. Like you can Hollywood your way in, but you can't really like cheat your way into having a killer 45 minutes
Yeah.
of stand-up comedy.
and I
you
want
know?
that so bad, and I know it's like gonna take time, but I'm
Girl,
definitely having
it's
so
gonna
much
take
fun.
so much time.
I know. I was like, it's okay because like I love it, and so I'm like, as long as I love it, like I don't
Yeah.
see why not.
Why
Like,
wouldn't you?
I
Yeah.
don't want to do anything else, and I just like it.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I just keep doing
Like
it.
what's the alternative? Like you're gonna become a waitress or an accountant or
Oh
a.
God, no.
I mean, no offense to
Yeah.
waitresses and accountants, but
Yeah. And I was a teacher for like 8 years before, and I did like it, but it was still
what grade you teach?
early childhood.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, 18 months to 3 at a
I'm gonna be
Montessori
like,
school.
mm.
It was-
oh Montessori school.
It was fun. They would like cook, and like I had like it was a very fun job, but it
What
was
did you taught like kids that majored in like wooden toys?
yeah. Yeah, they
great.
had like it
Did
was
they have to call you Professor Kate?
Yeah, no, they could. Most of them couldn't really talk, so they would call me
good lord!
like Kaiken. Kaiken was a big one. There was always like they would always have different things because like they couldn't say it. But
I love it.
yeah, it was fun. But I feel like this has definitely been like I loved that, but that was like there was a point where I was like, okay, like this is stressful.
You did it for 8 years.
I did it for 8 years.
That's a long time.
I felt like I wasn't growing anymore. I loved it. My classroom was great. Everything was great, but I just wanted to. Well, my dad died too, so like I had to take care of my dad, so I took a break for that.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just realized life was really short, and I always wanted to try comedy, but I was like, I'll never do it. I'm too shy. Like that's okay. It's just something I won't do. And then my dad died, and I was like, okay, I should just try it because like life is short. And I like went to therapy, and then my therapist just sent me to Creek in the Cave, so it like worked out great because you guys have like definitely given me the most opportunities, and also like everyone you hire is amazing. Like you're amazing. You have
I
the
love my
best
staff.
staff.
They're great. Yeah.
They work so hard, and like I always feel safe when I'm there. And also, you guys are like one of the only clubs that has food.
Yeah.
And I
You
love
gotta
that.
feed them if
I'm
you're
like,
getting them drunk.
yeah,
You gotta feed them.
gosh. And I love the food there. And
Oh,
sometimes
thanks.
I go on an empty stomach because I want to eat there.
I just dug out I found the old recipe book for the Creek in the Cave. So we've added flautas and the guacamole
Nice.
and the Baja quesadilla and the
Mm,
chicken burrito grande. And
nice.
we're figuring it out. It's not exactly right yet, but it's getting closer every time we try it. And I'm like, once it's locked in, we're gonna work on getting like the pulled pork and oh my god.
I love
We're
it.
gonna work on getting the pulled pork in and maybe even do like a little like crazy ground beef and
Yum.
I'm also gonna move all of the chicken over to turkey because it's healthier and
Okay.
I don't know. There's gonna be a couple of other like weird ass changes that we're gonna make,
But it's fun. And
coming
I
down the
like how
pike.
the menu does change. Like, and I'm always like, okay, I want to try all these new things now.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely like, I don't know. It just is such a great place, and I love
Thanks.
it so much. Phil, I did want to check what we're at for time. 40 minutes. Okay, I didn't want to keep you out here too long. I would feel so bad if you got heat exhaustion.
You're fine. I'm
Have
fine.
you ever had heat exhaustion
No.
in Austin? Okay, that's good. I think I almost got it once when the AC was broken at Shakespeare's for Kill Tony signups.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was my first time signing up in the summer, so I just thought it was hot there. And like I was just standing in front of a fan, just like literally completely zoned out. And I'm so glad I didn't get picked that night
That's
because
so funny.
the next day I felt like a truck had hit me and I like was just like completely fucked. And I didn't drink or anything, but it was just the heat.
You're just dehydrated.
So dehydrated.
Yeah.
Because if you drink water, like you have to like drink electrolytes too with it, and I was just drinking straight water. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I hope that doesn't happen to us today.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
That's good. Well, also I did want to ask you about kind of like I know you said the roast. There's like a lot of roast comedy here in Austin. What do you feel like is the most like if you had to say like what's going on in New York like for comedy, what would you say like the style is there?
Well, I mean, I think that it's just a broader definition. It's
Okay.
like there's just like little bits of everything. So in New York, it's very easy for you to do improv and to do comedy on the alt scene and to do club stand up and to do uh, performance art in Washington Square and to do, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's just a little bit more kind of going on. I feel like the scene maybe supports a little bit more different kinds of comedy. Like I don't even see very much overlap with stand up and improv here, which
Yeah.
sucks because you're a much well-rounded stand up comedian if you have access to all of those different tools, you know what I mean?
For sure.
The idea is to put as many tools in your toolbox as possible, right?
Yeah.
As fast as you can. And so, you know, being on a scene that offers stuff and also like that is supported inside of the infrastructure of the stand-up clubs and inside of the improv clubs, like everybody has to have a little bit of everything to get it saturated into the scene, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why we do a writing workshop. We have Dan French every Sunday does
Yep.
writing workshops that a lot of people have been taking advantage of, and it's free.
Yep.
We every once in a while will have folks come out that are qualified that will, you know, let them do some sort of like classwork
Wow.
there.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, it would also be cool if like somebody pitched me an improv show and somebody pitched
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like,
That would
and there
be
is some of that. There is
Okay.
some more like variety, like off the cuff stuff.
Yeah.
Colton Jones is doing incredible work in
Yeah.
that department. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all miss Lucas McCrary, but
Yes.
but he was somebody who kind of pioneered that vibe in the
Definitely.
Austin scene. So I'm really thankful that he did Absolute Show at the Creek. And
Yeah.
he comes back and does his stand up shows every once in a while
He's
too.
so funny.
He's so funny. He's so funny.
They're doing
What?
another Absolute show, right?
I think so.
It's at Joke
the
World
Joke
Fest.
World Fest.
Okay.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like you're right though. Like when you say it like that, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Like there's not a ton of like mixture happening. But yeah, Colton, he is doing some improv, like, and then we've been like writing a little bit. So sometimes he'll like put us in sketches for that. And
Yeah.
that's fun. And it is like an improv outlet, kind
Yeah.
of, because you're like, you don't have a full, like, you don't know exactly what you're going to say. And it's a good muscle for sure.
Exactly.
When
And there needs to be a place for people like Nick Cox and
Yes.
Timmy No Breaks and God, that incredible guy. I think his name is like Angelo. You know, the one that does the puppets. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? I haven't
yes.
seen him in fucking forever, but he's incredible.
yeah.
Oh no, that's Grant Adcock. the white sock guy. I'm talking about the one that does like the lip syncing with like the. He
feel
may
like
have
I
not been
know.
around long enough that you guys don't even know who I'm talking about.
Well, there was one he was
But
telling
like
me about.
character comics and like stuff like that, there
Yes.
needs to be a space for that. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
it's important in order for the comedy to be for the comedian to be well rounded. The community has to give them the programming to make it well rounded. You
For
know what
sure.
I mean? So there's a responsibility on both sides there.
Yeah, that's a good point. When but I do feel like Creek does do a lot with that because like I feel like I don't hear of that many other shows like happening that are even just like Absolute Show or Today PM like that's more than I hear about for other sketch comedy. I don't really see any sketch comedy around Austin. Do you?
I think Cold Town's doing
Oh, they
a
are?
lot,
Okay.
and they're doing more and more of it.
Okay, that's
I
good.
think Esther's Follies
Oh,
is
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it.
That's true. I forgot about them, but
And
okay.
then I would also say that Fallout, right?
Yeah,
Fallout
Fallout
must be
is,
doing
yeah,
some,
that's
right?
true.
Because you just saw an improv show there.
Yeah, I guess in my head I'm like it's improv, but it's not just improv because they added stand up to it, so it's not.
Well, Fallout
Yeah.
has been a stand-up venue for years.
Oh,
I
has
mean,
it?
they
Oh,
were
okay.
pre-pandemic.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they originally they I'll put it like this. I'm not gonna speak on their history, but look into it. It's a very interesting sort of like way
Okay.
that it came about. But
Yeah.
that is a kind of like a co-op venue. Like the people that own it are the comics.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
super
interesting.
Cool. Like, look
wow.
into it. It's a really
I
good
had no
story.
idea. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I just got booked there and I showed up, but I didn't actually know.
They're really awesome people.
Damn.
I've gotten to work with a handful of them.
That's
really
awesome.
Great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely check that out. When I had Lewis on, he mentioned that you guys were thinking about opening another club in New York. Is that something you can talk about? We can also cut that.
Yeah, I can talk about it now, I think.
Okay.
The club that we were looking at buying was the one that I mentioned earlier, Dangerfields.
Wow.
Now it is called Rodney's. We are not in a position where we're going to be able to do it.
Okay.
So if it does happen, it would be in the future, unfortunately.
Yep.
I will also say, owning a brick and mortar in this day and age is a very difficult thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And to try and do it in New York, which is historically the most difficult place to try and do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is it's going to be quite a feat.
Okay.
And it's not that it's going to be it's really, really hard.
Okay.
It's not something that like I think people find out, it's not something that everybody should be doing. It's a very difficult thing to do. And you have to really give a fuck about the community in order for it to be worth it in any way, shape, or form.
Definitely. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure it takes a lot of work. I've never owned anything, so I can't even imagine like
you
how
will
much.
One day.
Thanks.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever get rich, I would definitely like invest in Creek.
Oh, well, okay. Can we timestamp this so that we can make sure?
I promise.
How many commas will be my check? How many commas?
Well, I don't know how much money am I making.
I have no idea. This is your fantasy. You have to tell me.
If I'm like really rich.
Yeah, once you hit 1 billion.
Yeah.
How much do I get?
If I hit, I don't know if I could do that, but if I hit 20 million, I give you 2.
Oh my gosh. That's a crazy amount.
You give it to Creek.
I'm 10%.
And then you guys go on vacation.
Oh, no, it goes to the Creek. No, I know that. I wasn't saying to me.
Well, you guys could all
I'm not trying to like trump the funds or anything.
Well, everybody could go on vacation.
Oh, you're going to that's so nice. We'll have Carrie's we'll buy out like an island in Hawaii for Carrie.
Yeah.
We'll go on a Carrie vacation.
I think it would be cool. Or you could put it into the club, whatever. You guys do what you want.
All right. So you get 20 million, I get 2 of that.
Yeah.
Now you're down to 18 million. How are you going to spend the rest of it?
I probably would invest.
Ooh. Well, you're already investing in the Creek, right?
Yeah.
How much of a stake do you want in the Creek for your $2 million?
Oh, I don't know. What do you have to do if you have stake in it?
Nothing. You can be a silent partner and just hand over money.
I'd probably be a ghost partner.
That's the best job.
Okay, sick.
That's the easiest. Is you don't have to do shit.
Well, because I don't want to fuck anything up either. You guys have a good system.
You're allowed to have opinions, Kait.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But I trust y'all. I don't know how to run anything, so I'd be like...
Yeah, well, by the time you have $20 million, I bet you have run a thing or two by then.
That's
my guess.
Oh, I love it. Well, I've had so much fun having you on.
That's how much I should be asking for? For 40% of the creek? Oh, I see.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
no, we're
want
not.
that.
No, I'm
I don't
negotiating
want
with
to buy
her,
the
not you,
creek
sir.
from you guys. Like,
Well,
I just,
no, but it's what your equity stake would be because you would be
Okay.
buying out investors too. Like
oh,
you would become like the investor, and it would just be like you and Chase and Ian and me and Colton. I think that would be everybody.
okay.
Yeah. So just let me know when you want to start doing that.
Yeah. Once I
Yeah.
hit 20 million.
Get it, baby. Get that bag.
Dude, that'd be sick.
And
Also,
then I think you could put together 40% with all those different folks put together.
I don't know. I wish my brain was more business minded. I need to get more I need to lock in.
I mean, I think that honestly, if you find something that you're interested in,
Mhm.
you'll it's build a business around your interest, not the other way around.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I
thinking
mean?
too. Yeah. I just I'm so bad with
And you know so many women that are in business that
That's
you can
true.
go to and talk to about stuff. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Holly and there's just so many people.
You're right.
So
You're right.
once you get to the point where you're ready and you've got an idea that you're really passionate about,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a fucking sisterhood of people that are gonna help you with that.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
That means so much. And
Yeah, of
it means
course.
so much that you came on the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
I'm really, really happy that you came on.
No
You're
other
one of the
questions you want to
most-
ask me? No gotcha
I-
questions?
I probably have a million more
You
I
don't
could
want to know about
ask
the
you.
illegitimate baby and the... I'm
Yes.
joking, there isn't one.
Yeah, tell me everything.
No, there isn't one. But what do you got? What do you got?
Well. Oh, yes. Okay. So when we were in Portland, I took him to a pizza place I used to go to when I lived in Southern Maine.
Who
And
did you meet?
we saw a guy that knew you. His name's TJ Miller.
Oh, I love TJ.
And
He's one of my
brought-
favorite people on the planet.
He loves you. And he
Oh my gosh, that's such a fun... Did you get to see his show?
We did. He invited
He's
us.
so
Yeah.
much fun.
He's so funny.
I love TJ.
Yeah, he
TJ
loves
and,
you.
TJ and I play pinball together. TJ and I are legitimately friends.
Yeah,
he's somebody that if I hear something's going on, I'll call him and be like, "Hey, are you good?"
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he's legitimately one of my besties. Nick Vatterat and him and I will go and play pinball for hours and hours.
Okay.
We I honestly I got pinball at the creek on kind of a whim because I just always loved it.
Yeah.
And when I saw how much those two guys loved it, I just kept getting more and more pinball machines.
Oh, I love that. I love pinball. We went to
I do
when we were in
too.
Portland, we went to a place to play pinball, old vintage ones.
So
It
there
was
is
so
a
fun.
fucking crazy ass pinball world down here.
Okay.
It's the one that I love because it has go-karts and all this other shit. It's called Pinballs with a Z. And it's in Round Rock. And they have so much shit there. They have so many games.
Yes.
Championship Pub is one of my favorites.
Okay.
But they have the ones that I was really good at. They have Sopranos. They have
Nice.
really good games.
Oh,
And then they also have all of the vintage claw machines and all of the fucking vintage arcade games Atari and
cool. I
Qbert and all
love
that shit. It's so fucking
That's
cool.
so fun. Arcades
it's
are the
amazing.
best.
Yeah.
Going to when they have good things.
That's where I hope we do it again this year, but
Uh-huh.
that's where we did our Christmas party for the creek last
Oh,
year.
I love that.
And we took the staff.
That's so cool. Yeah. When we were in Portland, we played vintage pinball machines, and there was a Led Zeppelin one. My dad loved Led Zeppelin, so I was like, I want to play that one before we leave. So we went over to it at the end of the night, and somebody left quarters in it.
Aww,
It was
a
weird.
sign.
It was
Free
so
games
crazy.
from Dad.
I was just playing for, it seemed for a long time. It was
Aw.
really funny.
That's great. That means you're good at it if you played for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not usually good though. That was another weird thing about it, But
That's great.
I was like, okay, this seems
The ghost of your father
means
was playing pinball through you.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I don't know. I look for that a lot though. He number 5, so I'll see that all the time. Oh my
I lost
dad.
my cat on Memorial Day weekend, and I had her for 19 years and a month,
Wow.
and she was the coolest cat. She was
Aw.
24 when she died.
Wow.
And there's been little signs. Her name was Eliza Meowie Poppins.
Aww.
And there was just random stuff throughout the trip. She was a calico, and there was
Okay.
all this information about calico lobsters everywhere, and I hadn't seen that at all
Wow.
before. And there was a place called Poppins Bakery, and I was like, oh.
Oh my
So
gosh.
there was
that's
I
cute.
had little kitty moments on my trip.
I love
That was really part of the reason why I was like, yeah, let me get out of here for a long time, because I just
Yeah.
didn't want to come home to my cat not being there every day.
I
know?
don't blame you.
And I'm
It's
still
hard.
hearing her meow sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll look in out of the corner of my eye, and I'll think that she's or I'll check before I sit down. I'll check for her to make sure I'm not going to sit on her or something.
Aw.
So it's really it's still there, all that muscle memory is still there.
Yeah,
It's so
that you've
annoying.
had her for a long time.
Yeah.
And she lived a long life, so you must have taken really great care of her.
Yeah,
24
I
years
mean,
old.
arguably, she did fall off the roof of a building in New York once.
Oh my
but,
god.
I mean, she was fine. She lived a long time after that.
Damn. She's a badass.
She was 24 when she died, yeah.
Wow.
That might be the oldest cat I've heard of.
Uh,
Someone personally having.
Yeah, I think the oldest is 36, and the guy that owns that cat is in Atlanta, Georgia, I think.
Oh, okay.
And like now there's like all these crazy innovations that Japan has come out with, like these different pills you can give your cat so that they don't get kidney disease. So they live to
Oh.
be like 34, 35.
Whoa.
And it's like she was a generation too
Fuck.
late for that shit.
That sucks.
It's not available here yet anyway.
My dad, I signed up for this thing when my dad had pancreatic cancer. It was like some test thing. They were running a study and you could like submit your name to like be considered. And they got back to me like a year after he died. I was like, it's too late. But also it's like it was experimental and who knows if it would have worked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That it is hard. Like when I don't know if you've ever done this or if you believe in psychics, but one time I got a pet psychic.
Okay.
And I just like, I don't know, my dad was sick and we were just distracting ourselves. I think we wanted to like talk to the animals online. We had this pet psychic call through on Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And she told me that Numa, the wolfy one, was like, we didn't tell her about my dad at all. We didn't say he was living with us. Like we didn't say anything about what was happening. And she was like, Numa is telling me like your dad is sick and she's worried that he's going to fall down the stairs and that he needs to like have another handrail or something to get down the stairs. 2 days later, my dad fell down the stairs and only 2 steps. Like he didn't fall that far and he like caught himself. Like he didn't actually hit the ground. But I was like, maybe there's something to it because I didn't really believe it. I just like wanted to see like what she would say.
That's pretty crazy.
And I've also talked to psychics like since my dad has died too. And some of them I feel like they know what they're talking about, and some I don't. So
I'm a trained. I'm an angelically attuned 7th generation Usui Reiki practitioner.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
And I have worked with people who are mediums that are really great, and I have met a handful of quacks.
Yeah.
And I think that, for some it's like, a Romani scam. And I have had friends that have been scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh no.
And I also have met people who have helped solve mysteries and help figure out literally have helped solve crimes, you know what I mean? But also like help like find that artifact that they were missing from their loved one who died or something.
Whoa.
So it was a brooch, it was a piece of jewelry that they were looking for.
Wow.
So I've seen some people that are really good at it, and I've seen some people that are just like trying to scam you out of money, or who are like literally like their entire goal is to like scare you and then try and get you to spend like $400 on a candle or some shit. You know what I mean? So
that's so true.
Just beware of anyone upselling you anything, really, because if they're upselling you on the guac is about to go bad.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God, you're right. That's a good point. I didn't know that you did Reiki. That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
How long does that take to get trained, or was it something that you like learned
I went
yourself?
through. It was like 3 years of classes, and the classes lasted for like a month, and then I would do an attunement. My Reiki master, her name's Lorraine. She was the one that we went to visit in New England.
Okay.
I haven't had an attunement in a long time, and I haven't been a practicing Reiki practitioner since before I bought the Creek.
Oh, wow.
So it's been over 20 years because
Wow.
the Creek is celebrating its 20th anniversary. I bought the Creek on August 1st of 2006.
Okay, cool.
So we're 20 on August 1st.
Wow, that's so exciting. I can't wait for that party.
Yeah, it's
gonna be so fun.
Yeah. I'm having my wedding dress shipped in, and I'm gonna wear my wedding dress because traditionally I've always worn my wedding dress for this.
I love it.
So like it's when I say silly formal, like
Yeah.
literally wear the crazy, like look like the top of a fucking cake.
I love it.
I just bought like a giant hoop skirt to wear underneath it,
I love it.
and like a big black tiara,
Oh my God.
and like I like go nuts. I have
Okay.
like I'm wearing a feather like wrap,
Oh my goodness.
like go like have like a fun time. Like
I
the
can't
whole
wait.
idea is to like put that crazy outfit together that's been in your closet
Yeah.
forever or whatever.
I love that. I'm always looking for a reason to
You should look like
dress
you're going to
up.
the Met Gala.
Yes,
That's
I
the
will. I
idea.
want to. I'm gonna try.
I'm going for Evil Witch this year.
I love it. Oh my God, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. And thank you so much for coming on, Rebecca.
Absolutely.
You're amazing. Go to Creek in the Cave.
Yeah.
Check out her shows.
And go to Skankfest.
Go to Skankfest. And
also go to Still Standing Festival, which I'm also booking. That's going to be on the 21st of November.
sick.
That one's going to be incredible. I already have Hannibal Buress, Doug Stanhope, and Reggie Watts confirmed for it.
Oh my gosh,
So I'm
that's
really
so
excited
cool.
about that one. It's going to be super fun.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
exciting. And come to Big Naturals at Creek in the Cave every third Friday. It's going to be the 31st this month. And come to Today PM every first and third Wednesday. Thanks for watching.